Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to MCubed. This is going to be a quick one, and it's obviously not Friday. It's not Thursday for Theater Thursday. I missed old Theater Thursday yesterday. I went to go see Across the Spiderverse. When I was planning on doing the stream, I forgot I had tickets for 2 o'clock, and the day got away from me, and it was an amazing movie, and we're kind of here just to discuss it. I only have about 10, 12, 15 minutes. It's going to be a pretty short stream. I got to get going. It's a play kind of day. I'm producing a play this year, and for the Hollywood Fringe Festival, and if you're in Los Angeles County, come on, message me, and I got you tickets, But come on, it's a lot of fun. I love plays, obviously, so I got to focus on that. It's part of the job, But I have a couple minutes, and I just wanted to talk about Across the Spiderverse while I'm here. And I will come back. I know about an hour from now or 45 minutes from now is where we would start Film News Friday. I have this play that I'm producing. I got a dress rehearsal in about an hour. The actual play itself is at 3 o'clock today, and I think I have another play that I'm watching at 1 o'clock right before it. So I will be out for a good portion of the day. When I get back, I'm going to try to go ahead and do a Film News Friday and just get that out of the way. And because there's not a whole bunch to talk about, but a lot of little things. And those are just fun little discussion points, So we may as well talk about them while we can. All right. So all that being said, Across the freaking Spiderverse is the best Spider-Man movie. It is the best Spider-Man movie. Into the Spider-Verse, I think, was the best Spider-Man movie, in my opinion, after I watched it. I didn't have high expectations going into it, and then I watched it, and I was like, what am I watching? And I adored it. I loved it. And where this one had high expectations to meet, it not only met, it superseded and surpassed everything I thought it could. And not only that, it set up the third one to be even better and cooler. And Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, I know they didn't direct this one. I need to look up real quick the three directors, because I need to just have these guys implanted in my brain at this point, because they did such a good job. And of course, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Did I say that right? I believe. Yeah, Phil Lord, Christopher Miller. I always get those names backwards. I always want to say Phil Miller, Christopher Lord, but that doesn't sound right. So I had it right. They're freaking amazing at what they do. They always have been. Whether it's I still like their aspects of Solo that they brought into it. I think their version of Solo would have been really cool. I love me some Ron Howard, kind of course correcting for what Disney wanted, but I would have preferred the kind of wild, wacky version. But I like what they brought. Anyway, I love the Lego movie. Lego movie's great. I still don't know if I've seen the second one. But I don't think they're as involved with that. 21 and 22 Jump Street are both hilarious films. 21 particularly. And, oh, wait, I know. What else? Don't tell me. I know. I feel like there's one or two projects of theirs that are just phenomenal as well that are just not popping up. Clone High. Duh. And Mitchell's versus the Machines. People love that. I haven't seen that one. But Clone High, that's just great freaking series that they just brought back, actually. So that's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, they just did Cocaine Bear. They helped produce it. And what else? Smallfoot. At this point, I'm just going through their history real quick. They executive produced Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That's what I couldn't think of. That's my childhood right there. Those guys are great at what they do, and I am so happy they do what they do. And anyway, the directors, though, the three guys that I kind of want to ingrain in the brain are Joaquin Dos Santos, Kent Powers, and Justin K. Thompson. Damn, y'all three, phenomenal, fantastic, absolutely every frame just perfect. I expected to love this movie as much as I did. I thought it was going to be hard for it to live up to that, and of course, like I just said a minute ago, it superseded and surpassed everything. I don't necessarily want to get into a bunch of spoilers because I don't have people here to talk spoilers with, so it's just kind of me rambling. So if anybody comes across this, I don't want to give away a whole bunch. It's such a good film, and there's a lot going on. I've heard people say that, yeah, it's kind of Gwen Stacy's film almost just as much. Oh God, I can't do my hair. I've only had like my hair in a ponytail like 5 times in my fucking life, So still figuring out the long hair stuff, but it's fun. Speaking of long hair, oh, I don't know. I don't want to give away things. I literally just said I don't want to do spoilers, and I was about to do spoilers. Oops. Anyway, it's just it's like I said, I guess a moment ago. You pick any frame, and I think Jeremy Johns said it. He said you could turn it on and put it as a screensaver. You could blow it up and put it on a wall in your house as a poster. Like, it's legitimately that well done. Every single frame of this movie is perfection, and it's like meticulously crafted, and you can see it, and it's really nice seeing it. Also, I forgot I had this right here. So I saw it at 2 o'clock. Like, literally, I think the earliest showing, at least West Coast, that you could see on premiere day at least. And I guess because I went to that showing, and it was a 40x showing, which if you have the chance to watch Spider-Man in 40x, which is like you're sitting in like the row of seats that almost feels like a roller coaster in a way. It's cool. It is really cool. Obviously, it's a lot. It's jarring. So if you don't like all that movement like that, if you're not a big roller coaster person, especially for 2 hours, 20 minutes of a roller coaster, don't do it. But damn, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. I think the best movies that I've seen in 40X so far are like Top Gun Maverick, Avatar: The Way of Water. First two of those were flying movies, so you're flying in the sky. Second one, you fly a little bit, but you're also underwater a lot, which is like you're gliding and swimming underwater with all these giant creatures, which is awesome. Another great movie was Nope, and that's because Nope has a big flying alien in it. I've seen Creed 3 and John Wick 4 very recently in there, and that was pretty jarring because you're getting punched around a lot. And I think the amalgamation of all of that would be Spider-Man Across the freaking Spiderverse, which that gave us these collectible tickets at Regal. And usually there's the online collectible ticket, which I think I got as well, and I love those. Damn, this is cool. I don't know if you hang these things up, if you find like a little sleeve for them or something. This looks great, but oh, Hobie steals the show. Daniel Kaluuya, man. I know I don't have a long time, so I'll only hit like certain points, but Daniel Kaluuya is a point to hit. Oh my God, there we go. We are zoomed and framed back in. Daniel Kaluuya was actually, he might not have been the breakout star. I think, well, yeah, he was. I mean, it's either him or I don't know who voiced. I feel like I should know who voiced. It's a very familiar voice. The guy that did Spider-Man India, because those two guys, they stole the show. It was great. It was hilarious. Every moment they were there. Not just that, I guess. They added a lot of heart to it, and in their own different ways. The Mumbattan Spider-Man guy, he had a complete personality of his own, where they all have very similar personalities. They all have individualistic personalities as well. They are very much their own individuals from their own universes, all these different things, and they just do so well with it. They do so well with it. Spider-Man India was really cool. I liked his kind of wrist things. I think I've seen of the comic, and I've never read any of it. I've not heard that much about it, so that was really like a breath of fresh air, and it was fun to see. Obviously, people love the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, and all these different characters that are in there, and everybody gets like not a whole bunch of screen time, but all these different characters get just the right amount for emotional beats, if that makes sense. Everyone's given just the right amount of time, and it seems like they just meticulously and very carefully crafted it to make sure that each of these characters did get their reserved amount of time. And thankfully they did, because it paid off so well. And if old Spider-Man India was good, Hobie Punk Rock Spider-Man was just phenomenal. Daniel Kaluuya, I love the actor. That guy's great. Queen and Slim and a few other things were I guess there were a couple other movies around that time, of course, like Get Out and things like that just really put him on the map, and Black Panther and all those different things. He's been in some big movies, of course. But his smaller performances really, really drive his ability to perform home. And his voice acting is literally just as good as his on-screen acting. And this guy, I think, deserved an Oscar nomination for Queen and Slim. It was a very hard year and a very tough year to be even included in that. And there were a lot of great movies. Just, of course, I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood should have done a lot better in that year as well. But just that being said, Daniel Kaluuya in this movie, he's only in it for a few scenes, and every single time he opens his mouth, I'm smiling. I'm like, I don't want this guy to win, but like, I don't want this guy to win. You know, he's that scoundrel that's not that much of a scoundrel because he's got a big heart, but he's not going to tell you he's got a big heart, but his actions will show it. And it just, oh, it's so well done, so well written. Jess Drew, she's also a standout in here, and you do kind of get to see a couple of your old friends. Peter B. Parker and Mayday in this are so good, and the Mayday, and especially the moment there's a scene, I can't give it away, but there's just a quick little scene with MJ, Peter B. Parker's MJ, and it's beautiful. It's I mean, it's super simple, super simple. It's just a moment, and it's still beautiful. And same thing with like each moment in here, where I said earlier, where I was agreeing with Jeremy Johns, where the guy was like, you could literally just pull a frame from this, put it on a poster, and put it on your wall somewhere, and it would look great. Yes, but not only that, we're like, if you pick any moment in that story and just look at the story, if you're looking at the blueprints of the film, just the story itself, and you pick any moment from that movie, it's also beautiful, and it's beautiful in like a word and in an emotional kind of way versus a visual kind of way. And that's where if you can blend those two elements the way they have, you end up with a movie this freaking good. Like I don't know or care if you like Spider-Man, you should go see this anyway. Like it's legitimately that good. If you have not seen Into the Spider-Verse, obviously watch that first because that's 100% worth it as well. The first Into the Spider-Verse, I think, well, the first Spider-Verse movie, Into the Spider-Verse, I didn't expect a whole bunch from it, like I said earlier. And then I walked away with it, I think, being my second or my favorite Spider-Man movie. I thought it was my favorite Spider-Man movie immediately. Of course, I watched Spider-Man 2 again, and I was like, wow, I love this one too. But at the end of the day, I think Into the Spider-Verse is a better Spider-Man film than even Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2 or Amazing Spider-Man 1. And this one just did the same thing. They legitimately did the same thing. It's the best Spider-Man movie. There's no doubt about it. And it's subjective, of course, but in my mind, there's no doubt about it. And it's 100%, I believe, in the conversation of best comic book movie of all time. And it's solidified. I think it's already got the Oscar for this year for animated feature film at least. It won't be most likely, but it should be considered for best picture just generally. And it's a comic book movie. And as nerdy and as happy as I am to watch comic book movies, I'm out here for film, and I'm much more on the auteur mindset. I don't want to even say it like that, but I like indie films. I like weird Hollywood films, stuff like that, much more than I do comic book films and stuff like that. I do love a big blockbuster. Obviously, that's what we talk about here all the freaking time. I wish we could talk more indies. I mean, I will. We just got to grow this puppy a little bit more, you know? And one step at a time. We did start with a Criterion section of this channel. So, yeah, we love our touristic and our indie stuff over here. And we want to continue that. We just got to get this whole machine running, as they say. But I really think Across the Spider-Verse should be at least mentioned in the conversation for Best Picture of the year. It might not win, but honestly, I think it's the best film of the year so far. I've seen some really great films, but the amount of emotional beats this hits outdoes them all. It's the longest animated film that's ever been made. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, which isn't as nearly as long as a lot of live action films, but you know, it's something that you should feel that time. And that first act, you might feel a little bit of the time, but it's a lot of like slower paced setting up things for you to even understand and comprehend everything going on later, which it does excellently. And it's really great. I think it should be in the conversation for best film of the year, and it at this moment, I at least would be voting for it to win Best Film of the Year. It's going to win Best Animated Feature Film. There's no doubt about that. And it deserves every moment of it. I think the third one is going to be even better somehow. And obviously, we have to wait a year, but I could have, if they would have played that second part of that movie, Beyond the Spider-Verse is what they're calling it, I believe, immediately after Across the Spider-Verse, I would have been a happy camper. I would have been 100% in for it. I would have sat down for 2.5. Screw that. I would have sat down for 3.5 hours for it. Right then, right there. and I would have had a great time because I trust not just Phil Lord and Christopher. Yeah, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. I didn't want to say those names wrong. I was like, I just looked them up. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. I trust them like almost unequivocally in a film, which also brings me back to like Solo. Come on, like trust these guys. Come on. Anyway, the two of them, their brains are amazing in comic book movies, and their brains are amazing in just movies in general. And this is the perfect family film. It's the perfect film for, I think, like anybody could watch this movie. Literally anybody could watch this movie and have a good time. It's special. It's something very special, and I really hope the Academy sees that specialness in it as well. Fingers crossed, because I think that's all the time I have for today. I do have to go ahead and get running so I can go get to this play dress rehearsal and then go see another play and then produce our first preview show for this play. And if you are in old Los Angeles County anytime in June this month, let me know. Comment down in the community section over here, or message me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever, and I'll get back to you on that, because we got, I think, 6 performances going, and all of them are fun, and it's really, really interesting stuff. I just posted on Instagram about it, so if you want to see what the play is, go check it out there. I guess I should give you my socials right now, just while I'm getting out of here. At Harris McGrade, all one name, one word, all lowercase, on Twitter and Instagram and old Snapchat. I usually smoke on Snapchat, so the Mary Jane aspect of this channel lives on Snapchat as of now. So come hang out there, of course. See a smoke, send a smoke. And obviously, I'm tweeting all the time, and I'm on the Instagrams fairly frequently. So come say howdy there as well. And if you are not a fan of Sci Trek, come join the Sci Trek channel. Or on Sundays, we do Sci-Fi Sundays, and we do little streams, usually talking about Stargate. Sometimes it's all different kind of things, but Stargate is very prevalent and near and dear to all of our hearts. So that's what we talk to and talk about frequently. Yeah, that's about it. I will try to come back. Obviously, I said I got a bunch of plays going on today, but I will actually do Film News Friday, like our hour-long kind of thing. And hopefully a couple new things pop out in news, and I can add that to the roster and the docket. See you hopefully on Sunday. Yes, David, I will see you on Sunday, man. And if you're available later, come hang out. But, of course, no worries if not. I will be around, and we're just playing it by ear. Keep y'all posted. I loved Across the Spiderverse. What did you think about Across the Spiderverse? Down below in the comments section. And yeah, is it the best comic book movie ever? Is it the best Spider-Man movie ever? Let me know your thoughts. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Critique me. Everything. Whatever you're feeling, just let me know. Let me know. But that is it for me. And if you want to come back for more movie love and goodness, we'll be here. See y'all.